Let's take a look at this equation. So let me get my pen to work. There it goes. X squared equals 8x minus 2. Now, we want to get everything over one side and 0 on the other. And we'd like the number before x squared to be positive. So that tells me to take the 8x minus 2 to the left side. So I got x squared minus 8x plus 2 equal to 0. Now this doesn't factor. You could either use the quadratic formula or complete a square. Quadratic formula is easier, so that's what we're going to use. Again, you have to have 0 on one side. Then we'll identify our a, b, and c. A is numbers for your x squared, which is 1. B is your numbers for your x, which is negative 8. And c is your number at the end, which is 2. Quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I'm going to go through and replace all my variables with parentheses before I plug in the numbers. Everything else remains exactly the same. I'm just replacing the variables with parentheses. Now everywhere I have a b, I'll plug in negative 8. Everywhere I have an a, I'll plug in 1. And everywhere I have a c, I'll plug in 2. Now negative negative gives me a positive 8, plus or minus. Negative 8 squared is 64 minus 4 times 1 times 2 is 8 over 2. Simplify that. 64 minus 8 gives us 56 over 2. And the prime factorization of 56 is 2, 4, 8 times 7 over 2. Now remember, with the square root, we're looking for a pair of somethings. Here's a pair of 2, so a pair of 2 is going to come out in front as a single 2. So we've got 8 plus or minus 2. And we're left with inside 2 times 7, and you can't bring any of those out because you got to have a pair of somethings. Not this is 1, 2, and this is 1, 7. Well, 2 times 7 is 14, all over 2. Again, this should be called a 3-number rule. If you can divide this number, and this number by the same number, do so. And all three of those are divisible by 2. So that gives us 4 plus or minus 1 square root of 14 over 1, which just gives us 4 plus or minus square root of 14. And that's our answer.